In the tradition of Malcolm X, peace be unto you. One of the many major socioeconomic and environmental changes impacting the black community is the increasing death rate of black baby boomers. It's a condition, a statistic that is most likely overlooked or not known by most African Americans. Black baby boomers are those born between 1946 and 1964. There were approximately 7,800,000 black baby boomers born in that time interval. Now, generally, that is overall of the 65 million or so babies born in that time interval, 5,530 die every day. But if we zoom in to determine how many black baby boomers die every day, at least 664 of those 5,530 individuals who die each day are African Americans. Approximately 222,969 African American baby boomers are dying per year at an increasing rate. Already, approximately 2,574,000, or 33% of all black baby boomers, have already died. That means that there are now about 5,226,000 black baby boomers alive from those who were born in that interval of time, minus those who died today. Now, within the next 19 years, starting about 2019, approximately 4,236,411, or 54% of black baby boomers will have died. 19 years from now, it will be 2042. Write that number down and hold it on the side, because by 2070, over 95% of baby boomers will be dead for one reason or another. But then we get to another statistic, another population statistic. I have calculated that at about the same time black baby boom population is plunging, in 2040, the black fertility rate will be next to zero at about one black baby born per black female. That data points to what is now a definite spiral downward for black people in the United States, because at the present rate, there won't be very many black people in the United States. And once the fertility rate of a population gets to that level, it is virtually impossible to reboot it up to 2 babies at least per female. I have concluded, based upon my research over many years and my arithmetical analyses, based upon the best environmental evidence published by the best data banks in the world, that it is too late to avert increasing demographic and climatic disasters now taking place, and specifically in the black community. And that would include lead poisoning and mercury poisoning. The average global temperature, by the way, is expected to increase to between 1.5 and 1.7. That's moving toward that number, 2 degrees increase since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Now, that's going to happen within the first 5 years of the next decade, or in the 2030s. Many areas of the United States, therefore, will become uninhabitable. At that level of temperature, many of our planetary ecosystems will break down. We will experience temperatures not prevalent on Earth for over 3 million years in the past, long before our species, Homo sapiens, existed. African Americans are not really paying attention to their dire circumstances because if we were, we'd be working together, we'd be more cooperative with one another to address the issues that we have the power to address. Now, if there's anything to do, we are not doing it. And whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, or whether you're an atheist, it won't matter. Because we all have to draw our water from the same well. And if there's no water in the well, we all dehydrate and die. Now, there's one other problem associated and the effect of what we've discussed, what I've discussed with you. It is the collapse of the dependency ratio. The dependency ratio simply means that there's an active population of people who are working and paying taxes and supporting family, supporting the senior citizens and supporting children. And there's a dependent population, and those are all the children below 15 and all the adults 65 and older. Now, states are passing laws already. Well, one state in particular has passed a law that 15-year-olds and younger can work if they get the permission of their parents. So already adjustments are being made so that money can be taxed and put into the system to support the senior population, which is growing. Now, descendants of slavery will have a shrinking number of people between 15 to 65 in the active or working population, and thus blacks will have a much larger age of people 65 and older by 2050, consisting of Generation X and Generation Millennials. There will be fewer family and financial support systems for people over 65 and even less support for people below 15. And we will not be able to depend upon government support at any level because, as you can see now, financial institutions are showing their inherent instability and collapsing, not just in the United States, but globally. And more countries are moving away from the dollar, and that is going to reverberate negatively in the American economy. It will get so bad that cities will not even be able to pick up garbage. Now, lastly, let me say this. Many African American youth have either moved back home with their parents or grandparents or never left home because the marriage rates are plummeting and rents are too expensive. Now, when those parents and grandparents die, and they will, hundreds of thousands of African American adults and their children will be poor and homeless, even if they have a job, because they won't be making enough money because of inflationary rates. The cost of living increases will make it prohibitive for them to have a home and eat at the same time. Most will lack even the most basic skills to make a living, and they will not be married. Again, let me reiterate that, because two is always better than one. My advice to you all may sound impractical, but it is to get your mind and your soul in order. And remember this quote that I've said many times: hell is the realization of truth too late. Let me repeat that. Hell is the realization of truth too late. And the truth is out here, but you got to want it. I am Dr. Stephen Nur Ahmed. Peace be unto you.